No.
Me and Erica's dog got a pact.
His name's Sunny.
Me and Sunny, we go way back.
Yeah, you guys go way back. He's
pals.
going to be 3 on the 23rd. He's a miniature
kind of-
golden doodle, and he's the
A
best.
golden what?
A golden doodle.
What's a doodle?
Okay, so they take a female golden retriever, and a male poodle.
Ah.
Do that, and then they take the female of what comes out of that, and then they take another poodle and male poodle, and and then they take those, and then they take another poodle, and they just make tiny little things from that.
So everybody's fucking everybody, basically.
Yeah, but they try to use the same male every time.
Really?
Lucky him.
I did.
Yeah,
I
he
did
has
not
like
know this.
a shitload of kids. It's
Well,
kind of
that's
like
great.
a
Congratulations.
polyamorous,
Like Solomon.
weird family thing.
He's like Bob, the
King
Bob
Solomon.
Marley dog. He spreads his seed. Like
Yeah.
the Elon Musk. Elon Musk is.
Oh my
spread
god,
his-
yeah, he's literally
he had
Elon
twins,
Musk. He has
apparently.
like 100 kids.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's great.
Because he's anti-depopulate. He says we need more people. The population is.
It's
If we're going
for
to go
people.
and colonize the moon and Mars, we need people. And he says he's doing his part.
It's been well demonstrated that we are on a decline. We're already like past the point of extincting ourselves. And I forget what the number is. Like the reproduction rate has to be like something like 2.3 or 2.6 to maintain
Just
the
what you got,
population.
yeah.
And once you drop below that, forget it, game over. There's no recovering. So the reality is our trajectory is already, I mean, if you think about it, if you think about things like, the abortion rate, you think what's happening in China or what has happened in China where you got rid of the, you're allowed to have one. Well, what do? They kill all the little girls.
Yeah.
So that there's only men. And now what you have is there's not enough women for all the men, so there's no one to
And you know
reproduce.
what happens historically when a society has a lot of men that can't get laid and can't find a woman?
They kill each other.
They become a warrior nation. They start invading other people. The thirst is real. It literally causes nations to go to war when there's not enough women to satisfy the men.
That's not where I was gonna go with that, but
Well, it's too late. We're already into it
We're
because
already there.
think about what's
That's
happening
one
in the
way to
United
think about
States.
it.
In this woke nation, we have we're transgender and all the pronouns and all of these things happening to where the what they call it, the nuclear family, is that like when you have like
Well, the Marxists say, even Patrice Cullors, who was one of the founders of Black Lives Matter, she's like, we're trained Marxists. And on their website is like they want to do away with the nuclear family. They basically want the state to raise the children, and so the children become loyal to the state and not to the family or their religion or their traditional family values.
the whole woke agenda, the confusion between man and woman and marriage, is got to be lowering the birth rate from that necessary 2.6 or 2.3, whatever it is, to something lower than that, to where people aren't reproducing as man and woman, because we don't even know what that is anymore.
Yeah. Pregnant people.
not always though. Not always.
Well, not always, but if you take the whole average of the population,
The average.
and we convince people, at second and third grade, that they can choose their own gender and choose to be a gender that can't reproduce.
Okay.
I mean,
Reproduce on their own.
well, I mean, how do you even say it? It requires a man and woman to biologically to
Correct.
procreate. And we're teaching the kids that a man and woman is something different than what it is. We don't even, they don't even know what a man and woman is anymore.
Well,
We have
right.
What was like the Supreme Court justice during
Ketanji
confirmation? They're like,
doesn't even know what
can
a
you
woman
define
is.
what a woman is? She says, I'm not a biologist.
She is on the Supreme
biologist.
Court, and she doesn't even know what a woman is. If she doesn't know what a
she knows,
woman
but
is,
she don't wanna
do you know what
say
an
it.
elite position that is to be on the Supreme Court? She doesn't even know what a woman is.
Okay, well, she probably shouldn't be having that seat at the table. Let's just start there, but I'm not going to go there. Let's go back to what we're actually talking about. I think that at the end of the day, people, if they want to choose who their lifelong partner is. I'm not saying that that's what I'm going to do, but I'm saying if that's their choice, because I do support like whatever somebody wants to do. If they want to be miserable or happy or whatever it is, let them do that. That's them. Okay? If they want to procreate, there is a way. Like there are egg donors, there are people who
Surrogates.
donate sperm, there are surrogates. There's all different ways. I know friends of mine who've been surrogates. I know people who have donated their sperm. I know people who have donated their eggs. There is a way. I am neighbors with people who are gay and have 3 children who are biologically theirs in a way. So, and they have twins. So,
Well, not biologically.
yes,
theirs.
it belongs to one of them.
To one of them.
They
Biologically.
That is
They choked the
biological.
chicken and they captured it.
But that is biological.
Half biological. I know it's biological.
No, it's not half. It's her kid. So it's like it goes back to the same thing as like this whole abortion thing. If someone
Well, it's like
is
the
not,
Ashley to both of Ashley's parents are women. They're lesbians, and
Right.
one of them had her and her two twin brothers. There was 3 of them. They're all born at the same time. They did in vitro fertilization.
Thank you.
And so they had a sperm donor, and so together they had
I-
babies like a family.
I under what
And
you're
so her father is the masculine one. When you meet her and she shakes your hand, she's an electrician. You're like, that's a dude.
Yep.
Cool woman.
But it's still a mom.
And her wife is the very feminine one. And so it's the masculine, the feminine essence. It has the balanced sexual polarity.
But the mathematics have changed because now it takes 3 people to create a baby instead of 2.
But then that goes back
it
to
takes
also like
2 people
what
to
about-
raise a baby with a sperm donor. It takes a village.
But one of those 3 is eliminated from the procreation equation. And
He's happy to be a sperm donor and fill up a cup.
It's mathematics. No, it takes an egg and
a
a
sperm,
sperm
yeah.
to make a life, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them is a donor from the outside, and
Yep.
then there's the middle person who has nothing to do
It's
with
like
that
the one
procreation
night
equation.
stand, except the one night stand they're not having sex. Instead, he's running a batch in a little cup, and so they take the eggs out of Ashley's mother, and then they put the eggs together with the sperm from the donor, and then once it gets fertilized, then they put it back in Ashley's mother. And
I understand.
That's where they all came from.
Well, the one that's running the batch is probably then not in a procreating relationship.
I think it was a side income for him, and he fathered many children, and so they went through the catalog and picked out the donor and what he looked like, and they knew about him, like
his profession.
He was a successful guy, and he was happy to do it. He got paid, and obviously Ashley turned out pretty cool. I love Ashley, love Dominic. They're amazing people. But they were raised by 2 women. But when you know them, you have a masculine presence and you have a feminine presence. In all relationships, there's that sexual polarity. Doesn't matter whether it's straight relationships, gay relationships, lesbian relationships. There's always the sexual polarity. And when they're too similar, they're like roommates and they don't want to have sex with one another. It's a big part of my work is getting people to behave aligned with their natural essence when they feel most comfortable. Because when they don't, because what I see, especially like in lesbian relationships, is because it's 2 women. And so they're naturally inclined to basically behave as women, but one of them is the masculine one, one is the feminine one. And so the masculine one does the exact same things that the needy heterosexual guy does, that turns off the women. And so when the masculine lesbian acts too much like a girl, her feminine girlfriend or wife gets turned off and doesn't feel like sleeping with her anymore. And so once you get her to behave in a masculine way consistently, then she becomes the masculine essence and her partner submits to her and the sex comes right back. It's really cool.
Theme music.